All right, well, Wells Fargo. California has hit Wells Fargo where it hurts. California Treasurer, not that they have any money, John Chang on Wednesday said that the state will suspend several key banking relationships with Wells Fargo, WFC, to sanction the firm following allegations of fleecing its customers, that is. Serving up the first direct blow to Wells Fargo's business following last month's allegations of fraud at the bank, the treasurer is going to halt investments in Wells Fargo securities for a year, 12 months. During that time, the state treasurer will also stop using Wells Fargo as a broker-dealer for buying investments and not use Wells Fargo as an underwriter for California state bonds, where the treasurer assigns that role. And California's treasurer is one of the largest bond issuers in the nation. Fox News contributor, executive business mentor, speaker, author of Ignite the Secret, Charles Horton, on the line here with us this morning. Charles, good morning to you. What's this mean for Wells Fargo?
Well, I don't think it means the end of their business, but they're certainly having an avalanche of problems with the $190 million settlement to the CFPB and now $24 million to the DOJ. They have to rebuild their customer loyalty.
I can just imagine. And, Wells Fargo is one of those iconic names that we hear. And they've been doing this for a while. What in the heck happened here? What are these phony accounts or something?
Sounds like we got a little greedy. 2% of the employees, 5,000 employees, and over 2 million fraudulent checking accounts. Employees got greedy going for bonuses, and presumably the management, with that many people knowing it, may have directed it.
Charles Horton with us, Fox News contributor, executive business mentor. Charles, I just can't imagine, when you do stuff like this, it's kind of like playing Russian roulette. Sooner or later, the gun goes off.
I own a business that's regulated by the CFPB, and I will assure you that we take every complaint very, very seriously. The CFPB has a lot of teeth. They're the new sheriff in town, and with the $190 million fine, and this isn't the first set of CFPB big bank fines there's been. I'm amazed that the board of directors wasn't more active on this. My board of directors looks at every single complaint, and we look for trends.
Yeah.
5,000 employees and 2 million fraudulent checking accounts is not paying attention to your business.
No kidding. Charles Horton with us this morning, executive business mentor and Fox News contributor. Charles, whose heads are going to roll over this? And I'm sure there's probably going to be some behind bars time to go to the clink.
I haven't seen much of that yet. I know the Tolstead person, the lady that was in charge of this division, has been allowed to retire. She got a $124 million golden parachute. Oh. Some of it may have to go back.
I would think, yeah. That's not the. I got I think a brick parachute the last times I got let go.
That's pretty good for 2 million fraudulent checking accounts, 124.6 million.
Golly, jeez. Charles Horton with us, Fox News contributor and executive business mentor, author of Ignite the Secret. Charles, what happens here, and what have you seen as far as the reputation of Wells Fargo? Maybe people changing their accounts. We got the story about California saying they're gonna put them on probation for a year.
Yeah, so they're going to go away for a year. I've heard there's maybe another state that's going that way. People are going to they're going to vote their confidence by moving their checking accounts. I think Wells Fargo needs to get ahead of it. They need to pay back. They need to pay the fines, and they need to get a good positive PR campaign to keep the people that stay from leaving. Mm-hmm.
And how do you think that's going to work? I know that the CEO or something who was being grilled just recently by Congress. Of course, when Congress talks about cost overruns and things like that, I just have to laugh. But what's the story there where he said, we deeply apologize. We're going to look at it closer in the future, and we want people to stick with us.
I think their board of directors needs to take a close look at who knew or who should have known within the organization that this was going on and make cuts at that level. I think that's what's going to really make the consumer confidence shift. Everyone that knew or should have known needs to pay the price.
Charles, how does this work? You set up a phony account, but a million of them, a couple of million of them.
It's mind-boggling.
How does it work exactly? How would one go about this?
So what I read is when you would come, and I've heard this happen at my bank as well. But you go in to do a transaction, and they say, "Hey, you want to open another account right now? We can get you one with low fees," and then the fees aren't as low, or they're only 90 days worth of fees. So suddenly the customer has a new checking account or a new credit card account. They're getting charged fees that they weren't aware of. They're not keeping money in that account, so that charges on additional fees for not keeping a minimum balance, and it just ups the revenue of the bank.
Wow. All right. Well, nice work if you can get it, but sooner, like I say, sooner or later, the hammer's going to fall.
The CFPB has a lot of teeth, and consumers need to be vigilant. They need to complain to the stores, need to complain to the corporate office, and if that doesn't fix the problem, go to the CFPB's website, consumerfinance.gov, and lodge your complaints. I know my business certainly takes a lot of time and looks at every complaint we get from any medium.
All right, sir. Charles, keep up the good work. Pleasure talking with you. Thank you, sir.
Have a good day.
All right. Fox News contributor, executive business mentor, Charles Horton. He's author of the book, Ignite the Secret.